The issue with people and culture and social norms is transparency. You can do either or. You can date with intent to see if this person is someone to be serious with and be exclusive, or you can date and know you play in the field.
So why do y'all not take the initiative to do? Why does the woman have to ask?
So I could read your mind. But it's exactly what I said.
Because men are stupid. You can't.
Grown Folks Only Podcast.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are branded. Check out our new shirts. Grown Folks Only Podcast. No other podcast like us. We coming in hot, so much new things to introduce. I don't even know where to begin. We're starting strong with our Crew Up Thursdays. Are you even on your third drink as yet?
Nah, that's your alone. That's your alone.
That's me alone?
That's your alone.
Oh shit, man. Well, you got some catching up to do. We have the one and only Anthony, the mixologist, in with us. Making sure we all prepared, booked, drinking. We know we're not drinking the drinks are drinking us because we have the one and only Anthony. Alright, I wanna clap your hands to our live audience. We are definitely clocking in and we are clocking in differently. And you know it's your girl K. I always have to stick a pin and Femi have to nafa me all. So we're coming in so hot and pressure. Welcome back to our third season. We are starting in strong with our first episode. And we have some interesting topics for you all tonight. And I'm looking forward to getting feedback, not only from the viewers and persons who make comments, but from our live audience. So once again, give it up for our live audience. Welcome. Welcome. So I don't think we are strangers, the panelists, but please introduce yourselves again. I know they're kind of used to us already, but I think since we branded, we might as well come in better and stronger.
Wow.
Yeah? So let's go.
I take a little offense to that brand. I think I'm not a slave. My influencer, I don't associate with brands or anything. I'm a simple fella and I'm also not an influencer.
That's right.
You're an influencer, that's not an influencer. Alright, I get that. Okay. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'm myself. That's it.
What?
Ashton.
So what's your name?
Ashton, definitely.
What's your name?
Ashton.
What's your slogan? What's your phrase?
I ain't got no damn phrase.
That's right. You have no damn phrase.
Straight, I have nothing to say.
That is his phrase, in truth. Thanks.
So I'm Fence, as you guys well know. And I always out here saying nah fam because people be saying some dumb shit sometimes. We gotta say nah fam.
That's right.
Carl, stats guy, so you know me already. I like to do the facts straight up, no matter what.
All right, so look out for our slogans and phrases throughout the different episodes through this season because we are introducing it, sharing our personalities and things that we often see that we may not be aware of. So I want to bring it in, start, and I want to introduce our topic for this evening. And I have a question, right? Because this is a controversy. People mistake this definition. So let me read or ask my question and let me hear from the panelists. Does the term dating mean you're with someone or does it mean dating with the intentions to? Do I need to repeat the question?
Just one more time for, mind's sake.
Okay. Does the term dating mean you're with someone or does it mean dating with the intention to? Anybody?
You want the Caribbean definition?
Intention to what exactly?
Rest of the world definition because there's two different meanings.
Give me both.
And I'll give you an example in the sense that I had a friend, she lives in Canada, and she came to visit me like a week and a half ago, right? And she was like, Caribbean dating is different from North America dating. And the differences are in that in North America, dating is you go on multiple dates and you see multiple people until you pick the right one, and then you be like, do you want to be my girlfriend or boyfriend? And they start actively being in an exclusive relationship, right? Whereas Caribbean dating is either the woman is only seeing that one man, but she talking to other people or entertaining other people, and the man entertaining multiple people but actively seeing one of them, right? And
What do you mean seeing? What do you mean, like seeing your genitals? I'm trying to figure out what you say.
So not an influencer, what do you think?
what do you think?
Yeah, like what do you
What are
think?
your thoughts? When I say that, what do you think I mean?
Sound like you're saying the same thing twice.
No.
You said
You trying to
actively
be smart
seeing
right now.
multiple people. You said actively seeing multiple people, right?
Yeah,
And with the intention of locking into one.
right.
And the second one you said actively seeing multiple people that have one on the side. That's what you said? Or?
No, that's not what I said. I said the women are actively seeing one person but talking or entertaining multiple other conversations with other men or persons.
So what's entertainment?
What do you mean what's entertaining?
So,
Just to stick a pin.
Yeah, let's take a picture there.
so she getting stuck multiple times when you say,
What is entertaining?
I suppose, yeah, I think so.
Jason, I worry about you.
Okay, I think here, specifically in St. Lucia, when you tell somebody you're dating, it means you with somebody, right? But I don't think that's what dating means. I feel like when you're dating, you could date multiple people because you're getting to know persons.
The term dating
Right?
means getting to know the person.
Yeah, but in St. Lucia, once a man and a woman together means they're together.
Well, that's why I said Caribbean,
So
because
put it
the
up in your business
Caribbean
anyway.
definition is not just Lucia alone. Every single island I ever live in is the same shit, bro. Like the same shit.
So
You
again,
don't
I'm
ask
trying to
people-
figure out.
The point is, men don't ask you to be their girlfriend, or women don't ask you to be their man. They
You do that?
just go out on a couple of dates, or however you spending how much time with that person. It's implied. It's
Of course, it's implied, yeah.
silent implication of that.
What-
Unless you explicitly say, what the fuck going on here? Like, why you calling me your woman and
Is that
introducing me to people?
after we in the guts or before we in the
I
guts?
don't know. What kind of dating you gonna do? I really can't tell you, doggy. I don't speak my real.
Wait, what? Because you got to tell you.
No, that's a serious question.
Okay.
90% of the time.
I knew he was coming and say that.
I wasn't going to say.
Okay, but we were good.
I was saying that the issue with people and culture and social norms is transparency. You can do either or. You can date with intent to see if this person is someone to be serious with and be exclusive, or you can date and know you play in the field. But the issue comes where the miscommunication, where maybe the girl is like, I don't like to jump around, so every man I'm dating, I'm exclusively dating him. But the guy is like, well, Jane, Jill, Jonah, everybody, right?
necessarily.
No, I'm just saying, and vice versa. The issue is the communication.
Thank you.
Let the party know from the get-go what
What's
type
your
of dating you're
intentions?
into. So dating, I don't think has a specific definition where,
You said what type of dating?
yeah, what type of
If
dating you're into.
we're no longer dating.
No, you can
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
No, you can date exclusively to see if that this person is someone that you want to now settle down.
That's how you're getting to know the person.
Exactly. So dating them exclusively to get to know them, or you can date multiple people and see which one
Yeah,
is the
but-
better one
but-
for you.
The point that I was trying to make is that Caribbean people don't have these conversations. They ain't open and talking about
That's
this.
why I said
They don't be like, oh,
there's social norms, and in the Caribbean, that is the social norm.
and I want to get to know you more. I've been seeing of the girls.
So that's too much. That's too much talking every day. I like you, and I want to get to know you more for what? We're going out.
You see?
Up and I see you from you checking it out. Up.
Once you talking to somebody, I feel like it's so.
That's a social norm. That's the thing.
Yeah, the term dating in St. Lucia is
In the Caribbean.
They said in the Caribbean, it's so taboo. Like people don't understand the concept of dating to get to know multiple people before becoming exclusive.
That's why I say
Can you do
be
that?
open with your communication. If the social norm is that when you date exclusively, hence why a lot of relationships. Oh, I was checking that one, and that one was with this girl, I was that girl, but she never made it clear. He never made it clear.
But how do you make it clear?
That's why I said it's
Caribbean
culture. Because it's
Talk about conversation.
People be there saying, "Oh, well, we went out on X and X amount of dates. He spent how much ever money on me. She spent how much ever money on him. Blah 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 blah."
No, I think dating in the Caribbean is that there. I've never looked at it, but I think there is a subliminal number of outings that you go to that might just that then implies that you're dating, or sometimes the first outing ends up in a coupling, and that just automatically you
becomes
date.
exclusive.
You understand?
Yes, but the thing, right?
So,
it means something.
You're not talking about fucking, right?
Yes, that's what we're talking about, Jason. Why are you trying to be?
I pull out to go and buy a piece of pop down the road, man. Because
Careful, guys.
Let me ask you, you ever hit on the first time?
yeah.
Yeah,
It depends.
it depends, you know.
That's a yes,
if the
yes.
guy is right.
That's a no.
going in 60.
Wait, what?
Well, this is
That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Let me
Got
get
you.
some feedback from our audience because, guys, this topic is interesting, yeah? So let me hear from you all so we could, take it from there.
wow, man.
You asked a question. You ain't answer your own question.
It's a production accident.
You think it was slick? Don't try that.
I did actually.
No, you. What are you taking offense?
Drink like
You've been on the whole night, man. You've been on the whole night.
No, never mind.
What?
We'll get you don't worry.
But so to carry on while we're getting the mic, no matter which way you flip it, it's communication. If you come from a Caribbean lifestyle and go to an international lifestyle where dating majority indicates that you are dated, you're free, you can go out with who you want, and expect for someone to be exclusive with you without opening the communication, say, hey, where I'm from, if I'm dating you, I'm exclusive. So you know what you're getting into, and vice versa, the fault is yours. That's like saying you go to Japan and upset they serve raw fish.
Okay, so
They culture is sushi.
I want to ask you never had somebody give you relationship problems without being in a relationship?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, let me
Communication.
Communication.
This is the other taboo thing I'll tell you. Men and women give relationship sex, which is not good. Relationship sex.
Is relationship
Women, what is relationships?
and
The relationships you ever
Making
get.
that thing touch the back of your throat or making your sick. You understand? Giving, like they say, giving boyfriend and girlfriend dick to the people that you are not, you don't
want to
be a
commit
boyfriend.
to. Yeah.
You get them hooked on it, huh?
You need to handle it.
casual sex with multiple people if you're dating multiple people?
I would say
Yeah.
I would say
No, you can because that is your choice.
Exactly.
But be
But
confident to
see,
the other people that you're sleeping with,
Yeah.
that is who I am.
Not necessarily who you are. Maybe you're dating to
Preference.
see who you want to settle with.
Based on sex?
Yeah, that's my
Kind of weird.
that is one of the
That kind of weird. Sound like it's growing.
No, because to me,
Yeah, but actually, you can't ignore that part of when you're trying to get to know somebody.
Definitely not.
It makes zero
I
sense.
know what part.
No,
The sex part?
you can't ignore any parts. He's saying what
All
if
parts are open. She walked right into the house.
let's give an example. Okay, Jason and I are dating. We go out 1 date, 2 dates. It's maybe in my
that?
it's my intent, huh?
Read that?
Oh gosh. It's my intention, to find the one, but and just feeling through people's different energy. And then, we hit off on the first night and then it becomes magical. We end up having sex. And then maybe 2 weeks later, it doesn't work out. And then I start seeing Ashton. Right? Ashton and I are talking again. I'm dating him with the intention, to form a bond, something deeper. And then boom, we sex again. And then 3 weeks later.
Oh, Ashton.
No,
Ashton.
no.
It don't work out.
What? I put you in the benefits package. Where you going?
Dating, trying to hit it off, blah, 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 blah. We end up having sex. It don't work out. So then, Kurt and I now, we start dating.
Wow.
Finally,
It worked out.
it works out. Does that mean I'm dating casually?
Yeah.
Or does that mean everybody that I then had intercourse with means that I was dating with I was dating with
No, you're dating casually.
Exactly.
Very
Like I
casual.
said, to me, there's a time frame that you move from dating and being exclusive.
So how do we protect especially as women,
Your ex.
how do we
Yes. That's.
protect ourselves?
Oh, you got my face? I was saying that is your home.
I think this is just pick up his drink.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I feel like again here in the Caribbean, this is so taboo. But when you go abroad to other countries, other nationals, or internationally, people that's so normal, so random, so.
Now, here's another
People meeting people
aspect.
in the bar and sexing and waking up and not even calling and talking to them
Now,
again.
that is
Ghosting.
not dating.
That's not dating.
not dating.
That's being.
That is being sexually liberal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? All right?
That ain't dating.
Give it to
Because
everybody,
you just
anybody,
go
whichever you
out with
want,
this
right?
person or meet this person, you're going home with different people every night. That is
You're
dating.
not going out with the person, you're meeting the person out and you're having one night sex.
Exactly. That's not dating.
Now,
That's completely
the point
different.
you made a while ago, there's also the other aspect of the world is so sexualized now. Maybe you've gone to Jason, you go to Ashton, you come to me, you go to Kurt, then you go to Niger, and you're like, shit.
Anthony, don't forget Anthony.
No, that's not coming. Then you say, oh shit, Kurt was the best sex.
Right.
You understand? You would prefer Niger, but Kurt was the best sex. So
Right.
you reverse and you come back to Kurt
I
because
can't put Nigel pennies on that one and just make
not this
asking.
But you go to Kurt and you think with Kurt. Then Anthony come along and he's suavemente.
Whoa, with
Alright.
mixology.
And then you still go off your feet, but you're already exclusive with Kurt. And he give you something better than Kurt.
But if I'm already exclusive
stuck.
with Kurt, why am I entertaining
Because
anybody
Mr.
else?
Suavemente here knew how to get in the panties.
But Mr. Suavemente need to take a hike. Because if I am now exclusive, you and I have spoken about being together, that means that door has now closed.
And that's on you, eh?
So nobody should be experiencing any suavementes.
No, but
Any
he
mixology.
rolling on you. Men are hunters.
And that's okay, but then
Right.
now it's for me to say, I'm taken because I'm no longer in the dating
You know
world.
what happens to hunters that have prey that's harder to catch? They work harder to get it.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't take
If
it.
they want you, and that goes for men and women. If they want you and you're taken, and I find in the Caribbean specifically, men and women who are taken, exclusive or married, are more sought after than
Facts.
people who are free and open.
Because
And it's
the
not
people
just in the
that are
Caribbean. This is like worldwide. It's
open.
No, it's simple. Why buy when you can rent?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Why buy when you can rent? Simple, yes.
What I'm saying is it because the man is taken, or is it because the man is favored? Or he have qualities, a larger
That's a
demographic
very
of
good question.
women actually.
Men and women, if you are taken, that means there's something you have that has made you settle down or something.
People want what they can't have. So the fact
So now
that
they
they
understand.
that
True.
you're taken,
Not that
they
you
want it.
settling for somebody else. Is that a lot of women prefer you than whatever else they see out there. What about that?
Or they
I don't know how many men want
maybe
you.
they say this.
You don't?
All the good
I
men
don't know how
are
many
taken,
women. I'm just saying.
right? And the people that do approach them, they're not very good.
Now,
But why do good men approaching people in the first place?
Hold on. Because they will. Just check what you said. Just check what you
Yeah, but they
said.
have
Sorry.
people that us be doing
What
that.
Jason is saying is that the men and the women who have the characteristics and personalities that people are looking for to settle down with,
Yeah.
they are far and few in between. So that
Yes.
makes you a bigger target.
Yes.
Without even trying.
Yeah, you understand?
Agreed.
For other people. So you're not going and look for Jean, Janet.
They just
Jennifer.
they just come in and check you.
But sometimes these people end up falling in your path too. You're not necessarily looking for that target. And then
I've had a friend
you
that
end
said
up
that.
meeting people along the way
Tell us.
that happen to have that type of attraction to them.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you're like, what everybody's seeing you. And then after maybe one or two conversations, then you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, these things also happen. But I also remember a few moons ago when I was speaking wisdom on this podcast. I said something along the lines that you cannot keep what does not meant to be kept. If somebody does not want to stay, you cannot make them stay.
Facts.
So if you a good pick and a good branch, why are you out here mingling with other people? You should be at home with your families, fixing and being the good man that everybody thinks that you are.
Well, in order to advance in society, you need to be a little flirtatious sometimes. When you go to the grocery stores, when you go...
So your pennies must be flirtatious. So
Once you doing that for the both of us, kudos. If not, and it's only to benefit you, frig you, and that.
I would agree with that.
Because I will quicker pimp out my money to get something for the both of us. If it means that you have to bat your eyes a little bit extra just for us to get a discount somewhere or free something,
Now,
yeah,
ladies do
boy.
it all the time when they smile at fellas and they get their way or they send a buy
Or
something.
sometimes they can have the resting bitch face on and they still get a discount or they still get somebody to talk to them, because there are times when I have my resting bitch face on and people still approach me. So it don't matter what face the person have on.
You know, when people looking at your face,
Time
you have to
out.
define which face they're looking at.
No, I said on the other one, huh?
Yeah, you have to think about it properly.
The other
Right?
one is covered.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Sometimes what you think people looking at is not what they actually looking at.
we have a question.
Exactly. Your own business.
So let me hear from. Do we have a question? Yeah, sure.
As you were saying earlier, if you're a good man, you're supposed to stay home with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let me put it to you.
Tell me.
All women,
You want to say to me? Put it-
all women, if it's not all women, wants a good man. So what are you saying? You said that if you're a good man or whatever, you're supposed to leave your home with your family. That's what you said.
Good men are already taken,
What you mean taken?
married, committed.
Oh,
You
but
understand?
wasn't a marriage thing or just an open? You said dating earlier on.
No,
Yeah,
exclusive.
speaking of exclusivity and
Exclusive now.
So
So
people
like, man, we together, we in house. We're not out
You
there,
should
just
not
me
be
and the
out
person.
there.
That's what
Well, that's
you're entertaining other people, or when you're trying to capture other people. Then are you hunting still when you already been hunted?
it's in the nature of a man. That's why I always say it.
tell me about it.
Have to do with man.
But let's
Well, tell you, let's take it.
Them talk to do it.
Let's all just take it on.
No, shake us up in there. Shake us up in there.
Can't finish. God is like for jump on us, woman too now.
But that's what
naturally,
I'm not going to jump on women.
Go ahead, Kelly. So that's what it is. Naturally.
naturally, 90% of the times,
Yes.
speaking stats now, although I'm not an influencer, it is in a man's nature to like multiple women.
It's a human nature to like multiple people.
It's more specifically, it's in a man's nature
Your daughter.
to like multiple women.
I don't think so.
For a woman to step out into a committed relationship, It means that they have met somebody who could meet them maybe on an emotional level, probably financial level, whatever it is, but it is to
Again, that they're not getting at
it is more than likely it is for something that they need, right? Most times men, they don't need anything, they're quite fine at home, but because they see Jennifer walking alongside the road, they want a piece of Jennifer.
Because
Voice introduction, we're going to take a point now.
oh god, we
Let's not change it.
Hold on, we're going to deal with needs. We're going to deal with
You don't need anything to cheat.
we're going to need listen.
Wow. Okay.
Man, how should you say that?
You need something to cheat.
Hold on.
You could literally be content at home and just say, this I'm speaking on behalf of stats.
What's that?
That's my
Where you those that?
Of the
That's right.
Hold on.
Let me have voice in front of listen.
Hear me out. We're going to be talking about dating. Let's not forget the subject, right? And we're going to be looking at it from the perspective of Caribbean culture as opposed to what the North American culture is, right? If you have to go on trends as to what North American culture suggests, right, especially in the Black society, they talk about dating, especially based on class. So, high value men and so on and so forth. So that's categories under which people go by. In Caribbean culture, is that really a thing? I would say no, right?
no.
How he looks, how she looks. Check it. If you could jam that, if you could think that,
That's
right?
definitely a thing because it's a thing.
In the Caribbean as well.
Yeah, they are a thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it high value, man, but it's
Yeah.
They call it morning man.
No, but where I'm going with this right now is this. A woman gives a man for what he could add on in value to her. You all disagree with that?
No, I don't.
I hear you.
A woman will date a man for what he would add on in value to her, whether that is monetary or anything else, whatever she would do.
We agree with you on that.
Yeah,
Right.
what might be her need.
But then a man prerequisite for dating or being with a woman or
You
being
don't
a
need shit, just vagina.
really? You believe that's what all man wants?
men.
Okay.
Different, but then you just trying to be
It's offensive, but yeah.
Look at you wrong.
No, but I'm not saying it to be offensive. I'm literally speaking in a man's nature.
You cannot.
Okay.
How I
That's all we would. That's all man needs.
Hold on.
y'all agree with what they say.
Hold on. Hold on.
Now you want to hate it, he hates about us right now. No, he wants one of the guys to talk.
So you
don't need nothing
hold on.
I agree with production. I think one of the questions that came up just in my mind, just based on the discussion so far, is like, Femi was advising that there's definitely a major culture difference when it comes to the Caribbean and places like Canada. So Canada, they would just go out, have a good time. Most we might do is probably pay a meal and stuff like that, and everybody has a good time.
Oh, they split the bill.
Or they split the bill. But in the Caribbean, it's like the men have so much more responsibilities. You're dating for like maybe a week or so, and then next thing you know, taking over household things. You have bills to pay. You have to.
No, but they have some women that is a prerequisite to dating them.
That's the women that don't like you.
No.
That's the women that don't like
Well, maybe that's not the dating in our age group category, but below us, that's how the frick it is on the streets, bro. The girls and them have prerequisites to dating.
There's a thing we have to also look at. Besides the social norms and everything, we have to understand the carnal nature of human beings. Man is designed by nature to impregnate multiple women for the survival of the species.
Why does that get upset? You
See,
That's for the survival of the species is what it's saying.
a woman is designed to look for a mate that can protect her and provide good genes. Hence why most men are attracted. Most men are attracted to women with hips simply because it's biological that hips equal birth canal easier births. And it's a scientific fact, right? Now, with everything on this side here, the criteria for dating has changed so much in the last 70 years. Whereas if you wanted a young lady, you had to court her. Women never look for men. They were the prize, and men would court, and they would date exclusively. Sometimes, and sex wasn't even involved most of the time because of how society was back then. Now, like I said a while ago, because society has become so sexualized, the high value man and the high value woman are two different criteria. A high value man has to have money, a house to provide to do this. A high value woman needs to have a good body or do some crazy shit in bed. And that's just what it is right now.
And to stay committed to that one man.
Right?
That was the criteria as well.
But then you have the fact that today, with everything that's going on, women and men are, I don't know what's the word to
Equal,
use.
is that what you say?
I don't know if dehumanize would be correct and like more like lemmings.
More transactional.
Yeah, you're more transactional, like, oh, they don't care if it look like a bulldog. You have big gold chains, you have paper, you have a bad ride, you have a bad bike, and they figure they could get a bit of money from him.
So material things.
And the other good fella that just maybe have money, high value, he wants to be exclusive, and you, either the man or woman, have to up your game to be with that person. They don't want to do it.
So let me ask you, what is the difference in the historical explanation and today's? To me, it's just a different version of what you explained that was happening.
That's all it is. Instant gratification.
It's still them wanting a man who could provide.
But they want multiple men that can provide now.
And how many?
Why they have multiple men that can provide is because the one man can't provide. Because women, no, but it's the truth.
What?
No, but it is the truth. I'm speaking the truth. Women get paid.
Times are free.
But on that same, hold on.
And getting degrees more than men now.
But listen carefully.
To go to school.
Listen carefully, Femi.
That point is irrelevant.
If the woman is making money,
It is an excuse.
it is not an excuse.
Femi, listen,
Big one.
So, a woman could have multiple men for different reasons. That's what you said, right?
I did not say that they can do it. They're doing it. I'm
They
not
do.
saying
Okay. That's fine. I don't want to make sure.
all of them. I just say
Okay, that's fine.
multiple men for different men.
And then, so why is it such an issue when men have when men do the same?
No, I never said it was an issue.
That's not the argument.
No,
it's not the argument. It's not the argument.
Me showing now some really serious things.
No. Listen. It's not about paying his bills.
But that's my point.
That's your point when it comes to women.
Yeah, courtesy.
That's your point towards women.
Right.
Yeah,
Men having multiple women, right? Is for when this woman, let's just say a period is on. Now when peace the offer,
That goes
right?
back to my start when I said that women would cheat for majority of the time. They would cheat for a reason, right?
Whereas
But a man he does not necessarily need anything, and he's cheating just because my wife is on her period for 5 days, so let me go to my job.
You qualify.
Because she have two other hosts.
Listen, let me just
No, hold on. Let me go. No, just 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Finish.
Change the language.
The point I'm trying to bring across to you is that when you were suggesting that women have multiple partners or multiple men, even if they're not having sex with them, for different reasons, for different needs, right?
Yeah.
But there is a justification for the women having multiple partners.
There's no justification.
Let me finish.
It's not a justification.
Listen, let me finish, right? You could see that they have their exclusive partner, and they have rent, and they have bills, and they have that. And then, like Femi said a while ago, if you not going on street on our behalf, You understand where I come from? Remember when she said that when he go to the supermarket, if you go to whisper in a woman's ear, or flirt, you gonna flirt.
If you have to bat your eyes a little bit extra for the discount, for the two of us.
My goodness, let me finish.
No, because you see what I said wrong.
Right? when you open your mouth and you see that it's going to be for the benefit of the two of us, it's okay.
Yes.
So that means you're being selfish.
How is that being selfish? Because when I do what I do, and I do it for the
But
girl, we
you can't stop up when a woman cheat on your back.
if I go
Yeah,
and try and get a discount and I get sent because it's a man by the bar.
You're my back cheating on me.
You're awesome.
If I go by the bar to go get drinks,
Because you committed at home.
a male mixologist that day, not a female, a male mixologist. When I go, the drinks come back strong. Right? Because he trying to get me drunk. He think I buy 2 drinks for me and my girls. But it's me and my man. When he go, the drink them weak. So it's not me he going and sent to go get the drinks. Isn't that a win for the two of us at the two? It's a stupid example, but it's...
I try to understand how that coming in context. That is okay.
In context of we both getting good off of me doing the same thing I want him to do when it the shoe is reversed.
Let me just clear.
I'm not judging no man for checking 5,000 million women.
Let me
Now we
clear.
don't do that, your prerogative.
Thank you.
Let me clear.
Just let me know what time it is. I ain't have time.
Because this happening here is my fault. So let me just let me clear it. I am genuinely not being offensive when I say I'm sorry.
Why you sorry? They don't be sorry, Kay, when they're lumping in all females in one
Excuse
definition.
my co-host, she's
No.
I'm very passionate.
Not being fair, because when they're talking in
Wow.
speaking in general about women, they're telling me don't take offense to that. So don't take offense to what Kay's saying about men, because in general it is true. So might not be true for you.
By the way, what you're saying is
you and you, but it's true
Right?
for in general.
Well, you just start give them your shit. You can't get more permission than you now.
Because feminist women and Kay talking.
It's just that for me, what I was trying to say, that it is natural. It is natural for a man to be attracted to more than one woman.
The same thing.
Yes, but okay.
Yeah, but y'all act on it.
The
That's what she trying to do.
Right.
And women don't act on it. Rubbish.
Let me. I thank you. I'm trying to be more sensitive.
Okay, listen. I get what you say. I get what you say. But the
I
fact,
could think that
Hold
I'm
on.
hot and don't interfere
Hold on.
with me.
Exactly.
Hold
But
on.
I'm not saying man that
you're
boy.
gonna be first
Why they would pursue? Because it is in their nature.
allowing them to defend themselves.
That monster like the chick.
Yes.
And women like to be chased.
And we not disputing
Alright?
that.
Now, here's the fact, here's the aspect about it. The only difference between men and women is men are tactical. Women are tactical. Women cheat as much or more than men. The difference is if y'all then decide I'm going to give you a piece, y'all can wait in 3 weeks to get it. Whereas a man in the club and is like, boy, tonight I gonna get out, I go figure out the line when I get home. You don't go meet them and
You're shitty.
that's what I say, you're a tactical.
You don't follow your pattern. You don't break out the patterns.
Yeah, you said me.
You said men are tactical. That's why we laughed.
I meant women, sorry. Simply because a man, now this is majority, we're not talking about every, because there's some people that are,
Oh, now you want to be
Alright.
sensitive.
Majority of the time.
a woman will go out, she'll see a guy, she know, boy, I should be going home in an hour, and she realize if I do this now, the lie and the whole cover up not going to be believable. She'll slide me the number, talk to me, make a date, say, baby, I go out with the girls 2 weeks from now, whatever, go out, have 3-4 hours in the month, enjoy, come home, and you'll never know. A man will be out in the club, he have 2 shots in his head, and he'll be like, boy, I gain that thing now, I go figure it out. And then come home and say, they have an accident, my partner was drunk, some nonsense, and he'll catch himself in the lie. So the fact that you say men go out and cheat and do this and that. Women cheat as much or even more than men. Men just get caught way more or don't care as much as women.
I don't agree. I really hate that saying that women cheat more than men and men cheat more than women. I don't agree.
I thought you were talking about dating.
Yeah, but me
Yeah.
coming into it.
Everybody does. There is no more than this one and that one. However, I agree with you on the fact that you said that women are more tactical about it. Y'all will have to try and figure up some lie because when you get, and that's it.
One of the
Whereas
when you
women
cheat,
just
they don't cheat.
But
The
yeah,
answer I don't love you.
Question from the audience.
Just
Can I just add something? I do not want to defend all of us men. When women say that all men cheat, I will not argue it, and I will just say yes. You know why? If I agree that all men cheat, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When men cheat, when men cheat, with who they cheat?
With women.
No, I don't expect that. I don't expect you to say that. You know why? Because women.
Men cheat with dogs. Sorry.
No. You know why? You're so correct. I just cannot believe that the answer is a female. Because if all men cheat, okay, for instance, somebody walked in and said, I have to go and screw a thing later, whatever. If she doesn't want, you won't do anything.
It's a fact.
So why women say all men cheat? If the woman don't give in, there's no cheat. There's no sex.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Cheat more.
Okay.
I think human.
Exactly.
cheat on a board. I think
Good.
maybe in a relationship at the time, one may refrain from it longer than the other. But I do believe it's happening right now, especially equally on both parties.
You know why I don't call it cheat? I don't call it cheat.
What do you call it?
Okay. Women have different ways of doing things. Sometimes a man is dating a woman and every time she asks, she have to ask for something, she doesn't get it. Okay? She will always try to keep something away from him to teach him a lesson, right? As soon as, he turns his back, she's making a call and she gets what she wants. I don't call it cheat because she has needs. Cheating is when somebody's treating you right, taking care of home, taking care of the family.
Well, actually, cheating is what you define it as.
Well, that's my personal view.
Yeah, right.
So that doesn't mean everybody has to agree with it. It's not. It may not be facts for you, but when I look at it, it's like there's different ways that you address things.
Exactly.
Because hold on, you know why? Because a woman will tell you, two females walking down the road. They meet a man. What's that? She's showing your friend, like two ladies walking together, and they meet a female friend. Hear what she's saying. Watch that. Watch magic. Give me $100, and the man just give it to her, right? So, and then when they turn their back, the woman will say, "But how me? I don't want that man and that man." No, your friend is not stupid. If you go into bed with him, you will let her know because sometimes the man doesn't even bathe. He's not hygiene. Okay? Exactly. So it's magic that you get $100 from him is because there's something going on. But don't think your friend is a fool. So that's what I'm saying. I don't really call these things cheating because cheating could be you on the phone with somebody else and you're married. That doesn't mean you're having sex with somebody, with them. Cheating comes in different forms.
Right. I agree with that.
Agreed.
But in the point where you said about, the friend knowing and the other one may not quite understand, but the friend know her business. You made a mention that maybe the girl sleeping with the man because he's giving her money. Right?
What I'm saying, something is going on. It's not necessarily sleeping, but something is going on. But don't make me believe it's magic. Because you can't do that. You can't see any man and just ask them $100.
Some men like women that they could give money to.
No,
and they're like, what's that? Let me show you. Let me show you. It is true. There are men who choose women. Why do you think they are sugar babies?
Sugar what or sugar daddy?
Why do you think they are sugar babies?
The people receiving.
you like women, you can just give money.
Sometimes there are men who don't care about women who could take care of them, cook for them. They like women that they can spoil because that is a mental thing. It's something about control. Okay? They like to say, I'm taking care of you. So that means when I say you go, you go. When I say you don't go, you don't go.
So that's from the female point of view you're talking about.
No, I'm just saying that the same way you say the friend will know something is going on,
Okay.
it is vice versa. There are
course.
men who like women that they can take care of because it's a form of control.
Well, I would say in that situation, I would call it friends with benefits because they have nothing genuine
Not
going on.
necessarily.
But they have nothing genuine. They have nothing genuine. They don't live together. They don't live together.
Yeah. Do we have another
Sure,
question?
sure.
Let's hear it. Okay.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of stuff here, and it's just ticking in my yeah. Okay, just to touch on what you just said, it's a question for the males in here. Don't you feel good when you can take your woman out and she said, "Babe, can I get this?" And like, yeah, baby, you can have that. Doesn't that make you feel good as a man? You always say yes or no. Don't you?
There's a criteria to that.
What's the criteria?
There is a criteria. There is a criteria to that.
It's
Yes.
amazing if I can bring my woman out and anything she wants, she gets. As long as she also reciprocates my needs.
That's correct.
If you are put money in my pocket every time you go out to give me money, when I go out, she worry about you, Corey lift me up. You know, things like that. If a woman or man treats each other correct, everybody is happy. So
Okay.
the question is yes, if she reciprocates.
Okay.
So why I was shocked when I said that there are men who like women that eat their money? Why would you like that?
That's weak ass niggas.
They're just being extra.
That's weak. That's some weak ass niggas.
Know that these people exist. They're
And I
just
already
being
say it's
extra.
not just about money, is they have people have black holes that you shouldn't be dealing with. They eat your time, your attention, your money, and you get nothing like Carol was saying, you have no reciprocation. And if I notice every time you're calling me,
You want
it's a lunch you
something.
want, or you just want to go somewhere.
What's my
How
lunch?
do I feel good for somebody doing that?
But that's what you like. You like to know that you treat me today.
No. It's not Mitchell. I mean,
They will hit you up for money and stuff like that. But in a minute you start making it sexually transactive because you realize where they are.
Well, that doesn't
They get-
understand.
Well, she didn't understand.
But you cannot tell them, oh, you have a fucking bank.
She understands the time, and you should tell her you're not
You know, some
if I
women,
pass in my money, you have to pass something too.
some women they will
It's
sit
called
some
transaction.
women they will sit
Transaction.
exactly.
Yeah, that's modern day prostitution.
That's
So
true.
the thing is, not accepting things from all men. If they ask you for something, you should
So
do
why
it.
do you not take the initiative to do? Why does the woman have to ask?
Well,
So I could read your mind. But it's exactly what I said.
because men are stupid. Tell it to them. You can't. No, okay. Rephrase that. I take that back. I apologize. Men are not stupid, but
No, you're right.
Yeah.
they don't take hints. You got to just straight up tell them what time it is.
So I know exactly what the hell you want.
They could straight up tell you what's going on.
Don't accept it.
Yeah, exactly.
We need family slander. Oh.
I don't apologize if they want to call me that business.
To your point, the issue with that is, and we're going on a slightly different tangent, going back to dating, but the issue with that is men and women have differently designed brains.
Exactly.
Men
why you
are
have to tell
problem
them.
solvers, women are warriors. And now I don't mean the one that fighting.
No,
I mean
we
thinking,
worry about
alright?
things.
Now, you're going emotion. You're going,
Men got logic.
right, you're going, we're going logic. You're going
Character right.
Very
You're going facial expressions. Now, remember the fact that because women are more emotional, you all can read deeper into expression.
We all can say that emotional, but I cannot say that you're like more vagina. That's how I tell you not to apologize for half the thing. How can you speak for a woman?
You're mistaken. You're mistaken the meaning.
Although what you're saying is factual,
You're mistaken the
emotionally
meaning.
wired.
That's what I mean.
But why are you all taking offense when I say that it is natural for you all to like multiple people for no reason? But
That's the reason. I told you the reason.
But we established it applies to both.
we have a question.
No question.
We have a statement.
It's a statement.
She jumped in.
What you just said about women being emotional and men,
Emotionally wired.
you're emotionally wired too.
No, we're not.
How many women kill themselves when they get a go well?
How many men?
How many men kill themselves when they get a go well? Let me finish my point, please. I want to correct you. We are not emotionally wired and you're not. We express different emotions in different ways. Y'all are just as emotional as women. Y'all are.
You want me to answer? Can I answer?
No, let me finish first. Let me finish first, okay? A woman's expression of emotion might be to cry, to maybe rant and rave, to scream, some women. But for a man, his way of responding emotionally is to shut down, silence, turn his back, go to the bar, drink with his buddies. That's not logical.
That's emotional.
That's emotional. That's right. You are reacting to a situation.
Can I answer?
Okay, I'm done.
Now, hang on. Let me rebut what you say. I will give you 2 or 3 points.
Reject, bitch.
Women. You know why women have better memory? Like psychologists will tell you, I've said it many times, if you merge a situation with an emotion, you remember it forever. That's why every fall scar we have, even from a kid, we remember it. All right? Socially, men who have been engineered not to be emotional. Even back in the day, we were designed to be hunter-gatherers. Men have narrower vision. We see more colors. Now it's different. And women are caretakers. You're wired to read body language and scenarios better than us. So when men shut down, the issue is men have been socially engineered to be hungry, horny, happy. And that's it. And any other emotion besides that is portrayed as anger. Now, the logical part of a man shutting down, turning his back, or walking off is because whatever he's feeling, he doesn't know. So he's getting angry. So the logical thing is to shut down before I get angry and I end up being the monster.
And that is bullshit.
It's not. It's necessarily a logical thought. Where y'all are more wired to express your emotion by crying, by saying what you want. But the only problem is women only say what they want when they're crying.
What?
That's not true.
Yes. You just said a while ago that most of men don't read between the lines. And we want y'all to just say what you want.
But
and y'all want us to read.
On that point, but I'm disagreeing with you now.
So, hold on, I'm not finished. So, when I say women are emotionally wired, it has a biological, social engineering aspect to it, and just how things have operated. Whereas men are more logical. A man will look at a problem. So, I saw something recently, and a psychologist was saying that a woman sometimes just wants to come and talk to her man just to vent.
Yeah.
But when a man has his woman come to him and talk, as his partner, his goal is to protect her, provide for us, help her. The first thing that goes to his mind, I'm going to listen to what she says to see how I can give her a response to solve the issue. Are you see the disconnect right there? So a woman she just wants to hear.
She just wants to listen to her.
But
whereas a man is like
communicate as well, huh?
What? Hold on. Men have not communicated.
That's a different thing altogether. You went on back.
Let me just intercept for a second. So we're going to use scenario.
Okay.
All right. We have an argument. We have a situation. you have set about something, right? It could be something that I did, it could be something that somebody else did, but then the way it comes out, right? It pours out through how you emote it to me. So now you give me a cold shoulder, you give me a thing. I'm unaware of what the situation is, right? So when I come to you and I say, babe, you okay? Yeah. You give me that, okay? I see you're not okay. I'm asking if you're okay. Your response is telling me,
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Hold on.
Why did y'all do that? What you did that was wrong.
But it wasn't him. I don't finish the statement. It could be a situation that's affecting you emotionally that has nothing to do with me.
I understand that.
I came to you, I asked you, are you okay? You tell me I am fine. Right? I go about my business. I recognize the man that you're not fine, eh?
But she said she's fine.
But you said you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I come back and then again, babe, you sure you're okay? Yes, I'm fine. Okay, we'll leave that alone. Right? 1 day you upset. 2 days you upset. 3 days you upset. Hold on.
Not with you.
Hold on. Here how it's not making sense. You said thing that got you upset. You're not upset about it anymore, you know. You're upset about the fact that 3 days have gone and what you believe that I need to do, I have not done.
Exactly.
That's why man do argue
But
with
that makes
him.
no sense because if I came to you and I communicated, babe, are you okay? And your immediate words,
Basically, that's not true.
hold on.
It has to be you.
That's not true.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, sir.
The one aspect we also have to remember is that communication has a fact of if you don't express it properly, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you don't express it properly, the emotional state the receiver is in is how they're going to perceive what you're saying.
Yeah. So for me, logic would be asking you if you're okay. You opening up the room to communicate, right? You open up the door to communicate, and then we take it from there. But because I could see your spirits are down, I am supposed to know telepathically what exactly the issue is and solve it.
No, they like to take us like that. No, they like to take us like that.
It's true. I agree with you, but
They also don't take accountability when they do something wrong.
I agree with you. Women make that mistake all the time. We think that men supposed to know exactly what they did, but guess what? They're not that inclined. I want to say intelligent. No, yeah, in most cases. However, let's be real. If a woman comes to tell you, babe, you know I don't like what you did, and then tomorrow, babe, you know, she annoys you out of your mind because she's too expressive, and y'all don't like that. Really? What? Y'all call that nagging? Let's be real.
Because at the end of the day, you have to understand the person that you with. But if you understand the person that you have to know what they value. Because if I value my peace, there's no way when you come to me with a problem that I will perceive you as nagging. Because I know by me going on that route, brother man, I going on a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. You understand?
You know,
Yeah,
the
because
issue,
you
know the issue.
but
Yeah,
Sometimes a woman comes to a man and say, babe, I do not like what you did. What did I do, babe? ABC. Sorry, babe, I'm really sorry.
I'm not doing
But in
it.
her mind, she's expecting a fight. You know, but the fact that he apologized, so the energy she has built up already,
Yeah.
she can't release it. No, yes, you can't release it. Because if you get a grounded man, that will come to him and say, babe, I didn't, hold on. If you get a grounded man, that will come and you say, I don't know. You embarrass me, say, babe, when you only I say, oh, babe, I'm really sorry, whatever. I'm sorry, all right?
that's it.
You're supposed to let it go, but there are women that cannot let it go. Let me not say all women. I'm saying there are women that you see the women that will come back. Let me give you a shot. Look for something else because they still angry about it, but they can't be angry because you say you're sorry. So you leave your shoe there. You leave your shoe there. You leave your dish in the sink.
Hold on. Let me give you a story. Let me give you a short story.
No, they have men that just do that.
No, man. It's more. 90% of the time is women.
Hold on, let me give you a short story.
Go ahead.
Short story. So I was talking to a friend of mine today, and she was telling me that on occasion she just tests a man. I say, huh?
But you just test us too.
Test the man. I said, like, test him what? Like, you're writing exams every day. How long you have to be in a relationship for you to finish that test? She said, you just test him all the time. So she said on April 1st, right? She just shoot him a message. What you have to tell me? And he's like, huh? What I have to tell you? Like, he confused. So he's now searching his memory to figure out what is it that I did that I did not tell you.
What in the books of things that you did?
So now now she's telling me when he searched his memory, you remember that he met an ex of his by a gas station somewhere, right? And said told her hello, and he's thinking that somebody communicated to her. That's what it is. So that's what he tell her, right? But the point is, you going about it searching for a problem, right?
When there is none.
When there is absolutely nothing.
That's not a woman thing. That is a person.
I don't know who's in the chest. I'm with you. What I just
Yeah, but it's vice versa. People.
I would get a problem, man, for sure.
Give an example. But in what way could a man test a woman?
What?
I'm speaking.
Yes, Kim.
Give the example. No.
Example ready. I don't have one ready. I just know that men test women too.
I have one ready too.
Alright, good.
Okay. You know okay, let me think of a way a man would test, or how have I been tested?
That's one man.
But hey, y'all are generalizing women here. Y'all are generalizing, and I don't like the generalizations because at the end of the day, this is not a man or woman thing.
It's a person.
It's a person thing. It's who the person is. Not all women nag. Not all men cheat. However,
The majority of men cheat. That's what you say.
no, I'm not even going to say that.
No,
I am going to say that it's men can just spread legs and fuck any pussy.
Because it's in their nature.
But not just that, they don't have to hold.
Men can separate their emotion
And fuck.
and fuck. I'm not saying women cannot do that too, but it has been something that has been socialized into a woman because she's tired of being cheated on. Women now have the mentality, if a man has been doing that for years, why can't I do it too? Enough of this crap. I want to get me some too. If you can have a woman, when I have my period, you can't wait 5 days and you can go and get pussy wherever you want it. Hey, if I don't want to deal with your lame, not totally erect dick, then I can go and get a stud who is in his prime to break my back.
Okay.
Another thing, but France recently banned paternity testing. You know why?
My junior with it for
Because
I'm going to drink.
they realized that if paternity tests, and I've said it already, if they were to do paternity tests on every single person in this planet, the whole world will explode. Because there are a lot of votings, like we call it, or different things out there, right? Now, the aspect that you said a while ago, man can just spread legs and have sex. Yes, it's an ego thing.
Especially me.
It's a conquering thing. It has a man can. There are men that literally be in love with their woman, but there's a one or two things that they're missing, which is like the 80-20% rule.
Yes.
So they will stick with the 20%, and you go out and just get the little helicopter you want to get and come back, and it's fine. you know there's no connection there. Most women cheat on an emotional level. It has to have some attraction. Because in a man's mind, he's thinking,
Yes.
that's a pussy, that's a pussy, that's a pussy, that's a pussy.
What you started with.
Not that's Jill, JD, whatever it is. Whereas when because you're not designed to look for men who can provide a particular body structure or masculinity, the first attraction to you is physical. You look at it like, oh, he's attractive. Now he has to add points. Unless you just, a woman that is, but most of them have to have points. He talks good,
Mr. Blue.
he has a good job, he starts to look alright, his breath smell good, his whole make and get that. Alright, and then you cheat on an emotional level. And back to the point you said a while ago, why do most men kill themselves? It has a different aspect to it. It's a bit personal to me, but the part of it is that we understand why you cheated. So the ego comes into play like, why be with me and you don't want to be with me? Whereas most of the time a man is with a woman, and we're talking about generalized relationships, not the idiots and stuff out there. He's with the woman because he wants to be with her. And those of them that cheat outside or step outside, it's not something they're missing, and or most of them it's sexual. Because there are women that say they're not sucking his dick. You understand? There are women that will not suck his testicles. Maybe the man like his nipple squeeze. You understand? And you don't want to do it. Alright? And you just go and do what you have to do. Now, here's a question I have for everybody. Because who is the worst of a cheater? That's men or women. Who's the worst of a cheater? Someone who has one person outside for 3 years, or someone who has had 16 partners outside for 5 years. The person who's the worst cheater.
I get what you're saying.
Now, which one is the worst of a teacher?
They are both bad.
But which one is the worst of a cheater? The one that has one side chick, or the one that has multiple side chicks?
I don't think there's anyone is better or worse. I think it's just cheating.
I think the worst cheater is the one that cheats the side.
Yeah, but think about the amount of lies every time you have to go and take a different pussy.
That's the worst.
The what's her? So I know
No, he's saying that you're a woman and you're in a relationship and you're cheating on your partner for 3 years. You had to lie so much compared to a man who has 16 partners over the same 3 years. And for me, it's just the same. It's just cheating. It's the same betrayal. When you get to know, it's going to hurt you. When I get to know, it's going to hurt me. So I don't think it's better or worse.
One side chick for 3 years, or he's had 16 for 5 years, it's going to hurt you the same?
The 16 will probably hurt me more. I'll be like, dude, you're sick.
Yeah.
One person will be like, what does she have I don't? Whatever. But 16, he's a whore.
No, but no.
You understand?
One person will hurt me more than the 16 persons.
I think it's
Because you 16 people.
No one kiss for you.
I want to say, hear me out.
And apparently,
Yes,
Is that general?
listen, right? The 16 count will actually hurt me more than the one person.
Too.
And you know why?
Me too.
That's what you said.
16 persons.
That's not what you said a while ago.
You said one to hurt you more than 16.
Yeah, sorry. The one would hurt me more than the 16. And I will tell you why.
Right.
If you're sleeping with 16 people, I'll just say you have a problem. Like, you just like sex, you sleep with multiple people. But for you to keep a 3-year relationship with me for one person, that means I'm going to start having self-doubt. What did that person have that I don't?
I don't know.
Why is that person you choose to stay with for so long? I think
You should just bring him into the relationship. And I would
Yes.
Finish
the 16. Because that means that man has now emotionally checked out with somebody else as opposed to the 16. Not necessarily. Even emotionally checked out.
So okay, head at her. Let me just put that in there a little bit. So I'm watching a Netflix series, Berlin, the new one, the new season, right?
Oh, yeah.
And in that season, right, they have this couple, right? That one was a virgin and she got married to a fella that was a whore.
Right.
When they try to settle down, he started focusing on her, and she started feeling like, like, okay, well, that's not who she wanted to marry. She wanted to marry the whore. So she self, knowing that's her first partner, at the age that she was, I think she was 26, she ended up going out to a party, and she see a guy in the bathroom, and she ended up jumping on him and dick, right?
She sleep on less line, right?
So she got attached to both of them. So she had the man saving on her phone as mom. So she having a conversation for mom all the time and his partner she talking to. So they end up meeting in the same city at some point, right? And then she end up having relations with the man. So when the fella found out that they should have a relation, you know what the man suggested? Let's all enter a relationship.
Not everybody.
Hold on. Let's all enter the relationship. See what they call a couple. That's what they call it, a couple.
Yeah.
When they went out to have dinner, she told the guy, called her out to have, let's go out for dinner. When they went to have dinner, he said, this will be the shortest threesome you ever experienced because that's where it's going to end, because he's going to leave, right? And he left her with her thoughts. And with her thoughts, she decided, she realized that the fella that she had the one night stand with, or the 2 night stand, however you want to call it, was not equating to the person that she's married to. So she so decided that, you know what, she put an end to the side relationship, and she still with her relationship. So that was a tactic, if you want to call it that, to make sure that she knew what she wanted, right? So sometimes in a situation, when you look at it, you have those hurdles that you may have to overcome, right? And you may have to end up putting persons in situations for them to have to decide what it is that they want. A man with 16 partners, right, may just be a man that just likes sex and have no emotional attachment.
I just said that.
Right? A man with a woman on the side would be a situation where you have to worry yourself because there's a void that you're not feeling that he's getting on the other side. I know, I'm agreeing with that part. Right? So I can understand why you say you worry about the one.
More than the 16.
But you worried about the one, and there's so many other things apart from just how you feel emotionally about the relationship that's
of course
more complex about the 16. So when you think about it, yes, you're concerned about the one because you're thinking of how you doubting yourself. But the threat to your relationship is a relationship with the 16.
Not necessarily. I don't agree.
Mm-hmm. The one that cheated on the 16 quicker leave you than the one that has the one.
Yes, I agree with that.
I agree with that point.
That is not true.
Yes.
Yeah. There are men, let me tell you something, they have men that will sleep with multiple women and they will never leave their woman.
I said quicker.
Point. That's true.
They will never leave their woman.
We're talking about
and I'm not talking about,
we're not talking about
no.
It's true.
They will not leave.
It's true.
Especially if you're living a lifestyle of crime and danger. These men are loyal to their women. And they're sleeping with multiple people.
The women know all their secrets. They can go to jail. They can do all kinds of things. That's different.
But that's what you get high value men. That's the problem. That's the nature of it.
They would meet people.
Yeah, you missed my point.
What's the point?
That's what happens when you're a high value man.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I want to bring in another point or another question. Do women leave their men as soon as they caught them or found out that they were cheating?
No, a woman will quicker forgive a man for cheating.
Lies.
And a man would forgive a woman for
You don't have to finish saying they would cheat. From them, they're gone.
Wait, and in their mind, they have to pull it back.
There are some people like that.
That's was that. They also have the assumption, like they're assuming you're cheating, so they got the potential on the outside, and as soon as they got the facts, they just left.
Every woman has a number two. Everyone has a number two.
Or they have somebody.
Sometimes, no, listen.
Option for number two.
But the potential.
It's not even a potential. Everyone has another man in their life that sometimes that's their good friend. They confide in them.
The best friend. The best friend.
Information to them, but the energy together it's just. If I wasn't with him, I'll be with him.
People disagree with that.
Have that too.
People disagree with that.
Let me.
We have. If I was with.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
No, we have. If I was with her, I would fuck her. But not I would be with her. There's a difference.
Big difference.
Fuck them, but you wouldn't be with them.
That is bullshit.
Listen to this, right? Let me tell you something. If you are not here at Crew Up Thursdays this Thursday, you need to be here next week Thursday because the audience are lit. Okay? The audience are giving it to us tonight. Backing us up. Right? So we want you to come out in numbers. But anyways, here's my thought on this.
No comments.
I think oftentimes women threaten that they would leave after finding out that the man has cheated or committed infidelity, but they don't ever leave on the first time of finding out that the person cheated. And the reason why I say this is because have we ever taken time to study long-lasting relationships? The relationships that have lasted the longest is not because there was not infidelity or persons cheating. It's those who say that no matter what, that is my comments and that's where I'm staying. This is my commitment and that's where I'm staying.
You correct yourself.
All right? No, yeah, because it's the truth.
Go best friend.
If you have, think of it. And women understand that if you have to start over every single time a man cheats on you, how many times for the year you started over?
What?
What?
Let's let that sink in.
Well, yes. So you're
Starting over.
You have to start over when a person cheats on you.
What happened to them? When a man?
these are modern times.
No, they like to generalize the women.
And what happened? You're
Better man.
and what happened? You're afraid to start over?
Choose a better man.
Thank you, girl.
Listen.
Sorry, when you say cheat on, because remember the person cheating on your belly. No? When you say cheat on me, I'm just being with.
Yeah, not on the belly. Nobody else.
I'm just, you get me? No?
Yeah.
So right, you're buying into it, right? What I'm talking about, right? So it makes sense?
I just think that in the question that was asked, oftentimes women don't immediately check out after finding out that the man has
Agreed.
stepped outside
I
of the
agree with that
relationship.
point.
A while ago, you make a very good point. I could not agree with you better than that.
Sometimes I make good points.
Oh, sometimes. So you need space for criticism. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Good criticism, that is. Because when what you said earlier, it makes sense. Because we do it all the time, and even people that you know, I know, they tie theirs home, and then they're all over the place.
Of course.
Now, they're hitting everybody. The day if they get to know somebody hit this, that's it.
That is all.
Katanga, they're gone. Because you know why? You see, it just like, for instance, everybody will tell you, or some women will tell you rather, just tell me the truth. Listen, sweets, the truth hurts. Oh, hold on. The truth hurts. The truth hurts
But
because
I'll tell you
sometimes.
something, Anthony, I would rather deal with the truth 100 times over than being blind.
But wait for
I
me.
want to know what I am dealing with.
Wait
The
for me.
truth does not make you escape what you didn't know.
Hold on, wait
It
for
just
me.
teaches me how to handle the situation.
Hold on, wait for me.
Future.
Wait for me. You ready for it?
Sure.
You say you rather know the truth, right? But when they tell you the truth, it's just like going in somebody's phone, whatever. You see them,
Of course.
you can't sleep, you can't.
Hurt me because I love you, but it has prepared me for what is.
You think so?
If I am blindsided, and I'm not able to.
Not in all cases, though. Yes, but it's not in all cases.
Listen to me, my brother. When they say that truth will set you free, that was a lie.
Thank you.
The truth doesn't
Thank you.
set you free.
Thank you.
Because you still have to deal with the repercussions of your action.
Now.
What the truth does is lessen that repercussion because the person now is previewed and yes.
But Kate, you make me.
Kate have the same mentality, so I understand what
Okay, but you never forgive the person.
Lesson, because as opposed to me being blindsided and entering a war room I am not prepared for, I'm gonna fuck you both up.
But listen
But if I enter that war room knowing what's coming for me, I can handle the situation better.
But you may never forgive
Now
the
you're
person.
making me look like a fool twice. No. You're not making me look like a fool twice. You either tell me and help me deal with the situation, or you don't tell me and make me look like
Okay, let me turn that around. If you, as a woman, is doing it, would you tell him?
Of course.
Excuse you?
I would.
Excuse you?
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. If I am cheating on my partner and my partner finds out, best believe I had a reason to cheat on you.
But I'll tell you something.
Okay?
Hold on. Some men, when you do these things, sometimes you know what you're calling for? They could behead you. So many things can happen. You could put your life in danger for telling him the truth. For telling him the truth, you screw on him. Yeah, because there are uncivilized people all around.
Well, I will tell you something. In the beginning of the relationship, I would say to you, if you...
Transparency.
Yeah, I will tell you. And that is why I think people underestimate the power of communicating and communication within relationships. I think that it is so important to be transparent. It is better to say, I don't want to talk about it right now, or if I speak about it, you're not going to like my response, so I'm not talking about it right now, than to make up a story.
Transparent to exactly.
Okay? It is better to say that.
I think you'll underestimate the
You
power.
did already, you're still lying in 2026.
Yeah, I think you'll underestimate the power of people's delusions. And if you come to the person and tell the person tell you the truth and you already see everything in front of your eyes, as a counselor, people have told me everything to say the light is red and they still want to hear is blue. You know. So when you come to the person and you say tell me the truth is a lie, you don't do it right.
No, but that's your choice. That is
You
your
want
choice.
somebody to
If
lie
I
to
am
you.
being transparent,
Hold on,
you
I let you talk all your talk. I've been quiet most of the night, so let me tell you.
I like to stick things.
When somebody comes to you and asks you something that they know already, what exactly are they looking for? They're looking for comfort, they're looking for relief, they're looking for escape from the truth. I know fellas that they know the woman cheated on them, women they know the man cheating on them, but they just want to go back to that safe space. They want to take the blue pill, they don't want the red pill. They don't want that uncomfortable truth. Now me, I'm somebody, if I see you doing that, I don't have nothing to tell you. I'm doing nothing. They come and tell me they see you there. They describe the person to me, I say, yeah, that's not the person. Never, I wasn't taken out, so she won't go, she won't go. A lot of people cannot deal in that separation. And they like to personalize what somebody do as a problem in them. I personally don't have that problem. And when it comes to, they say all men not emotional, or they can just screw men. I like to think I'm a, what you call it, demisexual. I have to have some kind of emotional attachment to somebody to sleep with them. Even though somebody who is with them, that's not true.
You know, you cannot be demisexual, because that means if you're attracted to a man who's with a man, eh? That's what demisexual is. A demisexual means they don't look at gender.
No.
No.
Demisexual.
Pansexual.
No.
Yeah.
That's
pansexual.
No. A demisexual
Let's Google it. Let's get
does not look at the gender, they look at the bond. So it doesn't matter what gender they form that bond with.
You said that so confidently.
But I'm telling you,
No. Hey. Being demisexual means a person only experiences sexual attraction to someone after they have formed a strong, meaningful emotional bond with them.
so that means that person could be man or woman. That's what I'm saying.
No, look at
That person could be
pansexual
man or
now.
woman.
Let's see. Thank you.
Okay, hold on, eh? Let me.
Well, it has to be, no, but it has to be general. Because there are other people out there.
Okay, hold on. Because you're mixing something. Hold on.
I'm missing the point. I'm saying that.
Listen, Key. There's sapiosexual, there's demisexual. It's not in the same class. Hold on. It's not in the same class as pansexual and thing. It's not in the same thing. Sapiosexual is a person who have to have they are intellectually attracted to people.
So that is a strict pansexual generally refers to someone who identifies, and let me finish it first, as heterosexual romantically, but pansexual or vice versa, or it describes a pansexual person in an opposite sex relationship who gets incorrectly assumed to be straight. It embraces an all gender attraction while acknowledging a romantic partner preference. So pansexual is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Is a demisexual bisexual, if that makes sense.
So Karina is correct.
No, Karina, you mixing up the things. Hold on. Listen to me. Let me finish.
If you attracted to whoever you form a
that's not
connection
what it is.
with,
That's not what
it
it is.
doesn't matter
I'm
what
trying to tell you,
it is.
the classification of demisexual and sapiosexual is not the same classification as pansexual and heterosexual. It's not the same thing.
Anyhow, let's not trip over semantics. My bigger point is everybody who having sex with somebody else, they have something in them that you like. I'm gonna try to
Kind of how it works.
everybody know I don't fuck around with men. I don't like me sit down behind me too. Everybody knows that.
Okay, so why do the men who stay in relationships 9, 10, 15 years, they break up and they meet somebody for 3 months and they get married so fast?
Was meant to be.
Why do these things happen? Anybody on the
Well, if
panel?
it was meant to be, why you waste the woman's time?
I'm speaking my language, Dread.
6 years of she life.
So why is it about 6 years and you ain't check out making sense?
Exactly.
No, because she invested the first 3 years into you and your relationship, and then didn't, and she waited 3 more years to see if you were gonna pop the question, and you never did. And then she gave you an ultimatum.
Maybe she was should be what I didn't like.
Now, let's put it right there. She gave you an ultimatum. And that to me, in my mind, sometimes is the undoing of a relationship. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold
I
on.
have a point to make about
Look,
that.
let me finish. When you're in a relationship and you're thinking that, okay, well, at this point in time, we are ready, right? Sometimes we're not ready. You may be ready, or you may think you're ready, and we're not ready, right?
Okay.
For whatever the situation, right? Now, I'm not saying that you're supposed to stay on to that person forever and ever, amen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when you start putting it in a way whereby, you know what, if you don't do this by that time, I leave it, right? You're now forcing yourself out of your situation because you're not getting the results in a time frame that you believe that you ought to have gotten it.
But in 3 months you get it?
No, but hold on. But now, listen. Now, when you leave, let's just say hypothetically, I was 3 months away of being ready to get married. Right? It might sound like bullshit, but that's the whole point of what I'm doing.
You're working on yourself.
It sounds like bullshit, right?
It's a whole next 3 months.
Not practical.
No, that wasn't finishing my point.
What I'm trying to get at is by the time you went through the 6 years, right? I went through the 6 years, you went through the 6 years. You started weighing out what it is that you want out of a human being. There's a lot of trimming and cutting that you already done in your life. So when you get to that next relationship, you know what bullshit you do not want. You already know what your do's and don'ts are. You have already decided how you want to move about. That's just what it is. So it doesn't have to take the same time frame. It doesn't have to take the same time frame for you to move ahead.
We're going to have a bar.
Also, women have a time period where they can have children. She gave him an ultimatum.
But men have a financial problem. That's the difference.
Anyhow, let me tell you a story.
2 sets of money.
A man is
You don't want
supposed to be a
children.
provider
You don't
and a
want to get
protector.
married. Tell me so I could go
A
bum away.
man is supposed to be a provider and a protector. And if he figures he is not financially there,
So when they want
To
to
have
go
a
to
child.
have when I'm 50.
and he's waiting,
Once you financially there.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
You ever put things in place? I don't understand you.
we give you the house, we give you the property, we give you everything. We're still paying for that. And we know if we have a child, the extra that might come with that, or the extra that the cost might not be.
But what
Give
is
you
the
the
hope
wedding.
if you have
Hold on.
nobody
That
to
man will give you
share
the
it
wedding
with?
that you all want, because weddings are only for women. Don't mind what the people say. Men
We
need to
have the women,
But
the weddings
why
have
else
to
should
be
they ask?
extravagant. Weddings are only
the whole
Primarily.
are for women only.
Primarily, yeah.
Weddings are for women. Weddings are for women. Now,
have to get married.
You have a question.
A big extravagant thing, you know, you could have just
Okay,
bought
it's
house.
not a question, but it's just a point.
It goes back to the saying that men will change for who they want, right? You can be with a man for X amount of years and you would ask that person for one thing, maybe just spend time with you, do different things with you, go out with you, and you will never get it. But then you guys don't work out, you'll go your separate ways. The man maybe gets another person or whatever, and then the same thing you've been asking for so many years, he's now giving it to that person naturally. So it goes back to, if you're not the person for that man, you're just not the person for that man, and you will just not get the end result from that man.
That is not who they want to marry and be with.
Listen, stop going in your emotions. Okay? I'll give you one more. And it's along with things. There are women that have been with men, and the men want kids, and the women don't want to have kids. And the next man, 3.
Yeah.
All right? It goes to exactly what you're saying. If the connection is not there, it's not there. It has nothing to do with whatever it is. Sometimes, like I said to you a while ago, if you're not reciprocating or you're not merging, it's not going to be satisfactory.
But it's up to you to recognize.
But when it's a man doing it to a woman,
that's why I said it's both ways.
It doesn't matter.
See, on the point, I hear what you're saying.
You have to recognize it's both ways.
Your partner time. That is my biggest point.
Your partner.
Their time.
Your partner is
What you want from what you don't want. Don't waste your time. They already know they're going to mind. Exactly. Don't waste your time. Just don't
No, sometimes they would like to marry you and they're waiting for you to catch up. What? Yeah, men and women.
Go to that.
Men and women. I'm not generalizing it.
Yeah, that's
they're waiting for you to catch up.
But you never check yourself, yeah?
I waited.
Let's go.
I loosen the race. I drop the baton. And as I swing around the corner, I get somebody that's sprinting something doing faster than me. I have to catch up. But I'm ready to catch up.
Then you should stay where you were.
You understand? You have to catch up.
Waste time for what?
There are women that waste men's time and there are men that waste women's time.
I think
the partner should not waste the
And we, as human beings, shouldn't wait for the person to do what you want them to do for you to be what they want you to be.
In other words, do not check for somebody for potential, check them for what you see in.
Exactly.
But isn't that the point of dating in the first place?
And then if
To get to know the person.
If you don't know someone,
3 years all the time? No, that's too much time already. 3 years? That's too long.
So how does it take you to realize that person is not working out?
I mean, it's not 2 years the average dating. No, 2 years. Because you can change. You can change after 9 months. You can be one way and the person can be one way and you'll come together and you'll realize, hey, I need to tweak this, you need to tweak that. 2 years is an adequate.
That's if you want to have those conversations.
Yeah, again, if you want to have, but I feel like 2 years is enough for you to realize, okay, we fuck up, we make mistakes, we have our issues, we meld it, we clean it out. Yeah, we can make this work.
So why we do all
Iron yourself. And this person all shit on there all over the place.
Carl, we could appreciate that because you've been on that road. A couple of us have been on that particular road of marriage already. You would appreciate the fact that even when you do get married and it matures, you said 2 years will be enough time to know if you want to, right? What if it's enough for you to want to get married? The problem is, why is it that people are not keeping the marriage? So you imagine you're with somebody for 6 years, you're not married. You'll get married in the 7th year. By the 8th year, you're done. What causes that kind of scenario for it to happen? No, but listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying properly. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying properly. We are under the impression that the marriage is like a band-aid that fixes everything.
Exactly.
Right? And we have this delusion to believe that, okay, when you do it, That is the work.
But there's another
right? But none of us are ready. Like for example, you ask him the question why you go and get married to the person in 3 months, right? And you're over 6 years and you're not married, and the only reason you're not together is because he says he's not ready to get married to you. So you end the relationship on that merit. Then you get married to somebody in 3 months, 1 year later, 2 years later, you have 2 children already, that person and you have none, right? And then you wonder to yourself, like, what is I was missing, right? Now, you're looking at it from that perspective, but you don't know what the future holds for their relationship, how it's going to be. In your mind, you're seeing the marriage as the ultimate goal, but that's not the ultimate goal. That's the beginning of the work as a couple. To me, that's how it is.
I
think it is.
Yeah, but when you, and that's why I tell you, ultimatum is the issue. Ultimatum is the issue. When you see you put a tag on the status of a relationship because in your mind your yin and yang is not compatible on that one matter, in my opinion, which is only the beginning of a next level of your relationship, that's when you make the mistake.
Yeah.
I think it's more important to make sure that you either find out from your partner, as opposed to giving them an ultimatum, what is it that you require for us to move to that next level? You understand? But when you give somebody an ultimatum, you just take it out of the plate one time.
I also think that people have diluted the value of marriages. People do not understand their vows. People do not respect their vows and why they get into marriages in the first place. And that is why oftentimes marriages do not last. Because people are no longer getting married because of the value of marriage. They're getting married, for the benefits or what they could gain now, what is happening now. Maybe I might get my papers from that person now. Maybe I might get... Hold on.
Yeah, that's the value of it.
Let me finish your point.
Sometimes with that, after you've gained all of those things that you may have entered the marriage for, your marriage starts to dissolve because you lose interest. What I am saying is, in the beginning of our conversation tonight, I made mention that the persons who have long-lasting relationships, long-lasting marriages that can say they 40 years in marriage, 50 years in marriage, it's not because it was not difficult. It was because they decided to ride that difficult wave with that person because they valued the vows that they made in that.
Well, sometimes it's that, and I'm not going to tell you wrong because you are wrong in some instances, you are right in some instances. But I will tell you there's variance to those things. There are persons that it's better that when you have come to the point when you know what, that's it. That's her. Right? He's an asshole, he's a cheater. That's it. That's it. I'm not going nowhere. You understand where I come from? In their mind,
I love my asshole.
Right? So like in their mind, they have resigned to the fact that is your nature. They're not saying that they're going to be enablers of it, but they have decided that's your nature. And it's not worth the squeeze to fight and try and change you. And I think that's more important.
I think they have accepted.
No, but what that requires is a maturity in the relationship.
Yeah.
It requires a level of maturity in the relationship.
Yeah.
So even when you get to the point of deciding to get married, it's not about the fucking day you're going to get married. Because that's what women have in their head as the marriage. The day that you get married. The flair of it, the drama of it, and none of the work. The work is the most important part, and that's what everybody's scared of.
I will say something that we're missing in this mentorship. Back then, people got married by a certain age because it was the norm. By 22, 23, probably have one kid already. You walk in.
One kid?
You had your father, your grandfather, sometimes your great grandparents still alive. And sometimes when things tough, the men pull the man, the women pull the women and say, hey, This will happen, that will happen, whatever, you know. So go back, apologize, you play your role, and make it work.
Now you have a friend beating her ass in the corner saying, what you doing if mate?
You understand? But they miss the guidance, the support. Now we also have, hold on, I was going to make a point, hold on. Now we have the fact of the 7-year itch, all right? Where science has said most divorces happen after 7 years in long marriages. Besides the arguments and those that happen, people are trying to work it out. Right? This after the 7 years because there's no more novelty to the person. You know what their farts smell like, you know what their perspiration smell like, you know how they drool, you know where they leave their boxers, you know how she looks. She was looking good, she had 2 kids, shit happened, mid-belly was flat, it's big, everything is gone. And this is where the work comes in for you to be like, this is the person I chose to love, for better or for worse, no matter what. Let me move forward and work on it.
Oh, yeah, right? We'll say a lot of things there, man.
Right. No, but I'm saying, beside everything you're saying there, that main thing is the mentorship that we're missing.
Yeah.
In society.
True.
I agree with you on that too.
It's not, marriage is not a fucking fairy tale.
Right.
Well, it's not.
Mr. Peter might not want that concept, to be honest.
You understand? You gotta know you get upset. So there is
a running
the
joke.
next level.
There's a running joke saying solutions who like to get married.
You don't like to?
Yeah, they don't like to get married.
What solution you in that?
How many solutions
Which bar you go on
You
here?
know I know a couple that
Yeah,
go
okay, so you
together.
get married.
19 years.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You don't.
They got married. They divorced 2 years after. And they break up. And they have 3 kids together.
Because you don't understand the value.
Okay. Again, like I tell you, like, people believe like, you know, marriage is autopilot, bro. I honestly feel that's what it is. Like, you know, you get married and like, boy, that is it. We dead.
You know, it's
And then worst part of it yet is let's just suppose, you want this grand wedding, right? I put in that scenario out there. You go and take a loan for you to have your grand wedding. Take 100 grand, you're going to get 100 grand loan for you to have a grand wedding as a couple, right? The loan give you 10 years to repay, 10 years to repay. Mm-hmm. You divorce in 1, you divorce in 2. And then now you'll have a joint debt on a marriage, right? For that outlasts the marriage itself. That making sense?
That makes 0 sense.
No, but there's another aspect of
And that's when you're thinking about the damage showing other people as opposed to the actual relationship.
We're together, right? She wants you, they want to get married. He's like, hey, I want us to have our house and land. Let's have a small wedding. Let's all, because no, she wants a glamorous wedding.
See the man thinking.
Glamorous wedding.
So
the man decide to please his fiancée.
What?
And do a glamorous wedding.
And they don't have drugs.
Oh, time out.
Me, I leave her.
Exactly, because that's what I'm at that point. You don't have to see
because you don't understand the future that we want. You want the blah blah. You want the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Right? No, exactly.
No.
I didn't even know.
But don't you think people know how people get to the children, the wedding and the ring?
Sometimes
People don't know.
But don't you analyze the person that you with before you even decide you want to get married to that person?
Everyone has that.
Communication and these things.
The person that you with in a common status relationship, right? In most instances, I don't know how that happens. The moment the ring on the finger, it's a change.
Now that's where the saying solutions like get married come from. Because the running joke is they would say in common law for 10, 15, 20 years. And the second they get married, they divorce.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
The thing is because of the ring on the finger. Is most times we think that's it because the ring on the finger they change. No, it's because sometimes people just really show you who they are. It's because thank you. It's because they think, oh, okay, now you marry me, you are in charge now. And this kind of mentality. So I don't really believe it's like because of the ring.
Yeah, 2 children, you know who the person is.
Say that again?
He says after the marriage.
Okay. For instance, let me make an example. Let me draw a scenario. For instance, you'll find 2 persons, like your neighbors, they have issues, always in them quarreling back and forth. Yet still they getting married. I have neighbors like that where they F the children, they curse each other, they fight with each other, yet still the woman will say, but I don't want you. You're not bathing and yet still the next 4 months. Whoa. It's a fact. It's a fact. Not me. My neighbor. You see,
You have been through it.
Let me make his point.
hold. A good thing you laugh at it because you know why? Where does he live? Because the fact is, we
General health.
our neighbors and family are imposed on us. Wherever we go, our family stays with us. We inherit neighbors. So this is why I'm saying it's a fact. Some of them are alarmed. They prevent you from sleeping. They wake you up. So the point I was making is the woman will say, but I don't want you to have tiff in your mouth, you're not bathing. But guess what? No, the point I'm making, no, it's a fact. It's a fact. You know, the big point is in the next 3, 4, 5 months, the woman come in for a big belly like she has a. So it's like, but that's not the same. Exactly.
Yeah. I've seen that one for sure.
Bathing and he's nasty and he's not hygiene. So how come you end up with a belly? Because you're talking too much. That's what probably he's saying. You get me? So you all get it right now. You get it?
Yeah.
So as much as he's spiritually, but yet still something is good. You know? I may not be perfect, but part of me are excellent. Probably that's what it is. You like that?
You cry. Okay, okay, so I just want to share something that I observed with my parents. They were married for over 60 years. My mom is 11 years younger than my dad. I have never seen my parents argue. I'm pretty sure they had disagreements. There were times that they sent us downstairs and they locked themselves in their room. But I never heard them argue. And you know what freaked me out? I went to a party with my parents. I was very grown. And my dad was dancing with my mother's friend. And my mother was dancing with her doctor. That was her friend. And I'm sitting there wondering, I waiting for somebody to get a lash of shoe. My father will come and grab my mother and say, what you doing? And the people were switching around, having the time of their lives. We're going home, and I'm sitting down there. I'm like, you're not going to quarrel about this? So I'm saying, but daddy, you're not vexed when we was dancing with the doctor? And he's like, child, just so, come on, she was enjoying herself. I know I'm going home with my wife. And it freaked me out because I know I will never see that shit happen in today's time.
You sure your father not a doctor?
No, he was an accountant. And the people went home, and I'm pretty sure they had sex that night, unfortunately. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure they did.
They were happy.
They did, I know they did. Because I was like, I know they did. Unfortunately, I was like, okay, it's time for me to go home. They couldn't wait to go in their bedroom and enjoy themselves. And I just...
But there are a few drinks.
I asked my mom, I said, Mommy, how are you able to do that? To just free up? And she's like, marriage is not jail. You're supposed to be the freest in marriage because you know you have that security. Yeah. That's my partner, and I can go and enjoy myself and respect the vows that I took. The doctor not kissing up, they dancing and freeing up themselves. But she goes home with her husband, and she loves her husband. And yeah, but why is this not happening?
Exactly.
What's the problem?
I don't want to know nothing about nobody.
A real story. A real story. She gave the story about her mom and dad, and I could tell you, my partner, home, I could say the same sentiment. We never quarrel, shout, fight, disrespect each other. We don't do that. Okay? Now, one thing I like about her, I like about us, if I'm in the shower and the soap is done, and she knew she was the last person who finished the soap. From the time she had the water coming out, she just said me, So I could take a page from this, because the same way she could tell a parent's story, I can tell my real story. I never know myself disrespecting my woman, shouting at her. The same way she wakes up early in the morning to wash. I tell her, excuse you, don't do that here. This is our clothes. You do it when you want, okay? Because I need you for the long term. I'll tell you something. This lady never leave the house and go out without me unless she's going to her parents with her siblings. I go out with my friends. Even if I don't bring her or she doesn't want to come, when I come back, there's no mouth long and in the kitchen making noise. I send you out and no, you don't get these things. I could tell you, and I'm not an old man. So I'm sure your parents is much older than me. Okay? And we have a 9-year difference. So I can tell you, I raised in the city, but I'm just saying, respect due to all of you, especially the ladies. But I went to the Fosse Jacques and get what is mine. It's because I can tell you, I'm halfway in heaven, especially when I go to the parents' home. I never been to heaven. Moses never been there, but I can tell you, I'm halfway there. Because when I go to my in-laws, they don't ask me things like in-laws by the time they see you. No, I don't get that. They love me for who I am. They even ask me, you don't have it, you don't give me a son of the grandchild? And the father will say, I don't think Anthony will do that. He'll give us. It's because they want you in the family. They love you. So I could take, while we share our stories about your parents and mine, there's pages we could take from that. We expose, we exist, but we could do it. But that enslaved thing there, because men and women, especially men, we as men had to breed. When I say our ancestors, they had to breed slaves, breed women that's not even theirs. So sometimes the stigma is still there. So sometimes I'm just saying, but we could break the stigma. We could make it happen. After 12 years, I start counting. That's the most years I ever stayed for a woman. You know why? I wouldn't stay for a woman and she nagging. When I say nagging, meaning that you all know what is nagging. We all nag. But I don't get that. Not even the 2 mosquitoes that I have home nags. They don't trouble me. Okay? So this is my story.
Now, guys, I want to add.
We have one more in there.
Okay.
I'm loving the audience.
Okay, I feel like young couples now feel that being married means that you always have to be in your partner's space. Personal space is very important. And that is why most of the times a lot of marriages fail, because your partner feel like, okay, we're married now, we have to do everything together. I'm not married. My parents are married, and I've learned that from my parents. It's like your partner can go out. Don't harass the person. If you're married, obviously, so that means there is a level of trust in your marriage. Why are you going to call a person 10,000 times when you know that is who the person is out with? That is why a lot of marriages fail, because your partner don't trust you or respect your personal space. So that's just a little side note for people who want to be married or are married currently. Personal space is very important in a marriage.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on the marriage.
Yeah. What? So yeah.
I'm showing affection. I'm cuddling, okay?
So even that's one more.
Yeah. So I want to say, well, yeah. As much as I agree with you, individual, well,
Personal space.
your personal space is good. Individuality is important in marriage. Yes. Now we've been focusing so much on the marriage aspect or what happens with marriage, but remember, in that particular situation, there's something that I think we may have been missing too. The individuals, both of them, could have been holding each other as what they call like a placeholder. So I like you maybe, but you know what? You don't really have what I want. And then boom, bam, you turn around the corner and you're, but you know, that person had everything. Now, you made that point earlier. About running the marathon. So it's almost the same thing. But like, people nowadays, they don't know at what point to just say, you know, when it's been a couple of months, either we can do this, we can do that, or, you know, we can work on it and move forward.
They don't do the other one's feelings.
Exactly. They just go out there.
And actually, you're a married man, right?
What? Jason.
No, why?
Jason.
Do that?
Jason. Like you, I've lived many a life. That's all I have to say. You have a lot of stories to give. You have a lot of stories.
So now, how do you do it? One thing to what you're saying now, I'll go a quick stop, is that it still goes back to the mentorship. Before you were mentored by people who had been married 60 years, 50 years. Now you've been mentored by your girlfriend that has never been able to hold a man, or your friend that's been a womanizer for his whole life.
Yes.
And that's what the aspect
Or a witch doctor.
That's why when you come and ask me.
There is an element of what happens in a relationship, and I would say marriage too, where it turns from being a couple moving together to two people competing with each other. And sometimes it's more subtle than I'm thinking it will be the little things. I'll give an example. You might end up being married. Let's say you get married, you didn't have kids. You get married, you have a child. Now, the bearer of the child, the mom, right, will be the one in most situations stuck with the child at home, if you want to put it that way. And in her mind, she will feel that you now have so much liberty because you could go out and she has to stay home with the child and that kind of thing. So those things compounded with the fact that she may have those postpartum stress, whatever it is.
Postpartum
Depression, right? Those things could cause the relationship to take an odd turn. Right? Now, you saying, okay, well, but I going out not necessarily to go and enjoy myself, maybe it's to earn a living, right? But in her mind right now, she sees you as competition because you have certain liberties that she doesn't have.
That's why the compromising is important.
So when you think of those situations, those circumstances, we think that, you know, like the decision to get married is the ultimate decision. But we have to understand that that is literally the starting point. Whether or not you're in a 20-year relationship or 1 or 2 month relationship or 3-month relationship, that is the starting point.
Agreed.
We have to look at it from that perspective. Not look at it that we've been together for 10 years or 6 years and you don't put a ring on my finger yet. That is the starting point. No matter how you look at the relationship.
We still have to take into account the persons who do feel hurt.
No, I'm not disqualifying the length of time before. But I'm saying that sometimes we go into it, all we think about is getting married, or not think about the labor of work that have to go into being married.
All you think about is having children and making her your breeding cow.
I missed that part.
Because you missed part of the statements. We all went down a rabbit hole focusing on marriage. But what about the fact that women have a certain time period in which to have kids, and when you guys are trying to find yourself, you're wasting their time.
No. You don't have to look at. No, listen.
If you're dating someone, right? Before you enter a relationship, they're going to ask you.
But Femi, that's not where I'm coming from. I'm not. That's not where I'm. Okay. I never tell you. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in that. You have to be married to have a child first and foremost. I just give you an example. I just give you an example. The point.
Gave an ultimatum of
but the ultimatum is the issue.
I understand that, and I went on that. What I'm saying is that you spoke about marriage, of it not being the end, it's the beginning. I agreed with you on that point. Also, they should have had a conversation about children.
Yeah, but we're not having conversation.
I said about children. They shouldn't have waited until the marriage conversation to bring up the children talk. Because if he wasn't ready to have kids or didn't want any
But
kids.
was that the situation?
Yes, it was.
I thought the situation was he was
wasn't
not
just
ready to
about
get married.
It wasn't just about marriage. She wanted kids or marriage. That's what she told him in the end. Pick a struggle. That's what she said.
Good.
And my thing is, you can't be wasting somebody 6 years of their life. She 30 something and expect her to pop out of youth at 50 when you friggin' ready to get married. That ain't making no goddamn sense.
Is it okay for all to propose love, man?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Why not?
Business.
What the hell?
Why do y'all keep wanting to? Why y'all want to be princesses? Why y'all keep thinking it's okay to be feminine?
The one thing I say as a man.
Why y'all want to be feminine?
It's modern times.
It's a question.
This
No. So, alright. So basically, what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So that was a question. So if you in a relationship for over 6 to 8 years, right? And you're waiting for the man to propose to you, he's not proposing to you.
And you're waiting.
What stops you from proposing to him?
I will never.
You want to get married? You want to get married, right? Then wait.
Listen, the man is the head of the household. That's biblical. Okay?
Right.
I will never step down from my feminine energy to propose to any man. If you do not understand,
So why stay there though? So why stay there?
and you're the one who needs to go on bended knees.
Then before what? But that's hello. But you want to get married. You want to get married.
Listen, if I have said to you that I don't even understand why you're looking at it as an ultimatum. If I have said to you that, hey, we've been together for this period of time, I think that, you know what, it is time for us to have that conversation about moving forward. Okay? That's not an ultimatum.
Come on,
That is you and I having a conversation about our next steps. Because I'm letting you know that I have given you that amount of time and we have not even begun our life together because we've not committed in papers, in vows and whatnot. Okay? That is your compromise to me. That is something that I require. Right? If you decide that you do not want
That's what I was going with it.
if you do not want to meet me at that level where I'm like, hey, I'm ready for that step of commitment, and I decide to go, and I decide that if you're not gonna meet me there, I'm gonna leave, and you're saying to me, but babe, so if it's you that want it, why you don't come down and ask me to propose to you? That is literally removing me from being the woman and you the leader and you the protector, and I must come and propose to you, and after that I still have to be submissive to you.
I was being comical about that, but what I was trying to reach is basically about people they're together in a relationship for 8 years, they're married. Some women, some men, right? They're now ultimate just because of the system. Like, I want to get married because my friends want me to be in that ceremony, or my family wants to see me in the ceremony. But mind you, like I think said earlier on, we happy, Jed, we happy, we've been happy. But the moment we go in front of the priest, that's what everything was.
Right.
You understand? Another point I want to bring across, because you're about to wrap up. I believe that 80% of people in relationships are just settling. We're not even happy. You check it. We're together because we had to split the bill.
They've settled.
We had to pay the rent together, so we settle as. You understand?
But what about those that are together for so long without even marriage, and they didn't even split the bill? The man is taking care of everything, but something you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me how these women keeping you and they're not contributing shit.
Love. Sometimes it's love, you know. Sometimes it's good, genuine, old school love. Like, yeah.
They clean, they iron, they wash, they give good sex.
So what about those that are not doing none of that?
What's that?
Into our home.
I also think that there's this thing that's happening right now that's a little bit annoying to me. I really, just before we wrap up, want to hear from the audience. There are a lot of, and I'm going to say men, because I'm a woman, so I can only speak from the receiving end. Right?
You're a good receiver, yeah.
I know that's what you want to tell me.
I think I'm going to still
Right? Oftentimes, when men are dating and they're meeting women, they often say, I'm in a relationship, I'm dealing with somebody, I've been with somebody for so long, but I'm not happy with that person, or that person is not doing that, and right now I'm just looking for someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll get intertwined, you'll start dating or whatever, and then you obviously, in that period, you get to realize or see a different perspective than what that person has said to you. And then you meet that person with the question, if you are often complaining about what this person is not doing for you and that you are unhappy, why are you still there?
Thank you. Jay, speak up in front of me. Speak up in.
Yeah.
But that's a question. You go back to the same thing. We settle a lot in relationships. We're not even happy, Jen. We're just there because
nothing for them.
Yeah.
Why are you
Life
there?
comes at you.
Is it because that person, is it, I don't want to say loyalty because you're already cheating on the person, but is it just because you're probably so intertwined in that relationship that you don't know how to, men don't know how to
people
leave.
kind of scared to take the risk.
They don't.
The risk
Yeah,
to
they
leave
don't.
someone else.
That's over.
It's a waste of time to start the process over again.
You along,
Yeah.
you along, making you believe that there's a possibility that you and I will get together, but they never really leave the same person that they're complaining about all the time.
Hey, let me say something.
Sure, go ahead. Question from the audience.
Why is it said?
Why you mention your parents were married? Bravo to your parents. But I'm not married. After 13 years, I'm not just preaching it because I want to. It's a fact. That doesn't mean because you have to get married to have a good life. Okay? Because marriage is not for everybody. Marriage is not for everybody. Beg your pardon? No, because the point I'm making is people just believe, as Nick said, it's a two-way street. If you doesn't want to propose, the other one propose. I mean, it's a two-way street. So she stands by what she said. Good, you stand by what you said, right? Keep it, right? Don't take it back. But at the end of the day, I'm just telling you, after more than 13 years, we're living okay, and we don't make it an issue, because I always tell her, even when you get married, you get more popular. You understand? And sometimes these things, you're not ready for this.
Right.
Okay? As you all mentioned earlier on. That's true. It's true. It's a fact. It's a fact. When you get married, you're more popular, because the woman knows she doesn't have to wash your clothes. You have to go back home.
That's right.
Okay?
So I want to wrap this in. I'm going to wrap back into the panel because we're getting ready for closing. Yes. So we wanna wrap back into the panel. So we're going to close off to the audience for now. Yes. We're going to get our closing remarks from the panelists before we end. Anybody who wants to come in with their closing remarks? It could be on any of the 3 topics that we have covered for the evening.
I would say everyone has to understand that you have to work at what you want. If you want to you want a good body, you have to go to the gym. You want to lose weight, you have to eat healthy. So marriage or just being with someone because you tell them I love you and you're not putting in the work is not going to keep or save anything. And I've always said that transparency is the key. And it might be uncomfortable, but it still makes you feel safer than, like Kay was saying, being lied to. Let me know the truth. Let the person know the truth. Let them make their decision, or let them understand, hey, this happened. Yes. All right. Maybe we can work on. Sometimes you might be better off on the other end.
So, guys, I know I said a lot today, and I was a little bit angry at the guys, but
That's no.
I love you guys. Why are we never angry at the guys?
I know, right? They always come in first. But today, right, the topics, there was a lot to unpack and there was a lot to take in. And what I will leave you with is that communicating your feelings, emotions, thoughts are important, right? That goes to men as well. Yes? We can't read your mind just as much as you can't read ours.
Yeah.
I said, hello. She needs a mic. No. Nah, fam. But on a serious note, teamwork makes the dream work in everything. In every relationship.
Yes, HR.
No, but it's the truth. And so I'm going to leave you with that. Work together as a team. Don't work against each other in your relationships. It works out better for you if you work together as a team. Honestly. You're not supposed to be fighting against one another. You're supposed to fight with each other against the outsiders. So band together and work together as a team.
Ashton?
I'm going to echo what Kay said. Femi said earlier. Yeah. Communication is important. Honesty is important. Speaking your mind, letting the other person know what you want and where you are at that time, because people change. That's important. So that way there's no mixed signals, there's no, confusion. Marriage is not the end game, as we've all realized. It's only the beginning of the process. So don't think, I got to look nice in the dress and, the flower's going to do that and this one's going to do this. No. That's too much expense with nothing behind it. That's it.
JJ?
Not an influencer.
I'm not an influencer.
What I would like to say about that is all of us live in our own little worlds, and usually the first person we fall in love with is an idea in our head, that fairy tale, that singing that built out the little flowers all around us. We have to be careful not to confuse this caricature of a person with who we see in front of us, and take a moment to understand what is in front of us, what you want to accept, what you cannot accept. And that way you cannot be victim to the fools of time, and like the woman would say, the man wasted my time. Or complain
Woman
about
does
somebody.
waste man time too,
Yeah, I know women does waste man time too, but from my personal experience I realize, check yourself before you
Wreck
throw it on the person. Just before you throw it on the person. Because if you stay there for how many years and in the barber shop complaining, boy, that woman not doing this, or she bucked me up, obviously you like your medicine because you're there in it still. So I would simply say, take the time to get another person and be honest with what you want. If you want a child and the person don't want a child, what you stay in there for? If you want a house and the person wants a wedding, what you stay in there for?
Facts.
If you want to not work and the man to feed you and the man on both of you to work, what you stay in there for? That's the question you should ask before you fall in bed with somebody. It's often said alone is bad before the first payment. It don't take 9 months down the line when you defaulted on the payments and you're worried and the bank knocking on the door for you to recognize they have a problem. Most of the things that you see 9 months down the line, they're from day one, is just for you to realize what it is. And that's what I have to say about it.
Okay, cool.
And if you give a woman blow and she blow, that means she was just using you.
We just have to love Jason. We,
like that thing.
Tell you the boy got stories.
I think we need to stop treating a lot of things so taboo. Stop treating dating taboo, marriage taboo, relationships, commitments. And I also think that now more than ever, we need to assess individuals. If you are at a place where you require a certain thing for yourself, when you are entering the dating into commitment stage, it is important to state exactly where you are and what are you looking for, as opposed to guessing or going with the flow, as we just see, and then it never works out and we often have to start over. It is better to to state your intention than to go with the flow and be disappointed because of expectations that were never communicated. I also think that, just like my panelist said, my host said, it is communication. We underestimate the power of communication. And when you can communicate from the onset what you want or what you need for yourself, you can then determine based off of somebody's action if they align with the principles or what you want for yourself right now. So that's my closing. And with that being said, I would like to welcome and thank you back to the Grown Folks Only podcast. Give a round of applause to our audience. And of course, my co-panelists, you guys are amazing. Will always be amazing. I love you guys.
We love you too.
And don't forget to coming on a Thursday. We have Crew Up Thursdays. Buy one, get one free. Although they don't want me to say that. Is first round on us, next round on you. Remember, we're back, but we are branded. And let's give a round of applause. Same thing. Okay? Let's give a round of applause to our mixologist, Anthony. I cannot say thank you enough for keeping me and keeping my glass filled.
Yeah, boy, I was well hydrated.
And also for your contribution. So remember, we are live and sharing on YouTube on Tuesdays at 8:30. Don't forget to like, share, comment. And subscribe to Grown Folks Only podcast. I'll catch you on the next episode.
And don't forget to catch us. Don't forget to catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere you go, you get your podcast.
What he said.
What he said. Yeah. Then
Signing out.
Jason, you are an influencer.